I'm here, and my phone is not charging. Hold on, y'all. Welcome to the Troy Grab Experience. Uh-oh. Why is the phone not charging? The Troy Graham Experience, Daddy's Lounge, episode number 15. Okay, there we go. It's charging. Now, I don't know how long I can be on because it sounds like it's going to start storming outside, but I'm here now. So let's make it work. Let's make it work. I changed the topic about 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes. I had something else, but this popped into my mind for whatever reason. So, the topic of today is why aren't single mothers and fathers treated equally? I can't go backwards to come forwards today because I don't have a story to tell. I've never been a single mother. I've been a single father, but I've never been a single mother. All right? And the only stories I could tell you is about how some people, teachers, especially some teachers, will say, "Now you know how it feels to babysit." I'm like, "I ain't no damn babysitter. I had to put them in their place. I'm not a damn babysitter. I'm a father." Some women would do that too. You babysitting? How do you babysit your own children? You don't. Don't do that. You just don't. That's so disrespectful. You know, I'm a glorified babysitter, huh? You see the stroller. You see the three boys, one in my arm, two in the stroller. You see the baby bag and all that, but I'm a babysitter, a glorified babysitter. Stop it! Don't do that. Don't do that. So let's. I guess what direction do I want to go today? I should know that before I come on, right? I'm helter skelter today, y'all. I didn't follow the procedures I usually follow. You know, so I'm kind of helter skelter. Even though I stated when I started this, the Daddy's Lounge, I should have called it the Daddy's Experience. Hmm, that's a good thing. I think I might do that. Anyway, I wanted to make sure I was consistent. Never miss a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. I have missed one so far because I was under the weather. But it's about consistency and how and just being ready once you get on here. You know, because even though no one might be on here with me, it's people that are listening because I hear about it, and that has an effect on them one way or the other. So I pride myself on being prepared. Hell, every time I come on, I brush my teeth, comb my hair, grease up the goatee and the sideburns over here. Make sure I look presentable because this belongs to me. This belongs to me, but I'm giving it to you. All right, no charge, at least not yet. But back to the topic at hand. Why aren't single fathers and mothers treated equally? That's a good question. I invited a couple of young ladies. Hopefully, they'll show up. What's up, Frankie Blanco? I invited a couple of young ladies. Hopefully, they'll who are mothers and single mothers. So hopefully, they'll show up and we can have that discussion. But I'm gonna start it off like this. When it comes to mothers, the world is more sympathetic to mothers. They they get more empathy. That's the word, right? Where us as fathers, single fathers, we get the saying, "Well, you just doing what you're supposed to do." You know, see the difference? Oh, single mother, she's so strong. She's a father and a mother. That's another. Ooh, y'all not gonna like this. But when it comes to Father's Day, I really can't stand looking on social media with women saying Happy Father's Day to each other. That's not right. That is not right at all. I don't. There's some lines you shouldn't cross because me as a single father, then I would have the right to say Happy Mother's Day to myself, right? No, because they would say that I'm zesty. I'm that word that rhymes with witch. All of those things, my wrists are weak. They're not, but they would say I'm weak wristed. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't. No, that's a double. Yeah, Frankie, that's a double standard. That is one of those double standards in life where I can't, as a father, turn around and say Happy Mother's Day to another single father. I can't, you know? So that's where it starts right there. And it leads into other things, because first thing they'll say is, oh, what did he do? He cheated and left you, or he cheated and divorced you, or, he had the baby young and he was never around. Always negative. Not even thinking that something, it could be, maybe he's away in the military and he's coming back home. Maybe they were young and his family moved out, but he's still working and sending her, giving her, putting money in a PayPal for his child. And then they video chat, excuse me, and they video chat all the time. It could be that, right? No, it has to be something negative about the man. Can't be anything positive. They don't join the military. Their family don't move away and they got to go with them because they could be young. Both of them could be young parents. Let's say they're 17. They're still under their parents' roof, can't support themselves. So where the parents go, they got to go. No, you know, it couldn't be that the father of the child, the father of the girl or woman, young lady. Let's say because let's say it's a teenager we're talking about now, right? She had the baby at 6. She got pregnant at 16. Had the baby. She was close to being 17, whatever the case may be. So, well, 17. And the father was like, I don't want nothing to do with I don't want nothing to do with this man. So then he up and moved the family away and didn't tell the father of the child where they were going because he can't stand him. I've seen that happen to people older than that. They just thought the father was worthless and up and moved away. And they never saw their children again. You know, and the woman got remarried, changed the child's name and everything, and told the child, this is your father. Until they need a blood transplant, right? Or a kidney, or bone marrow, or something. But those are things that happen to us sometimes that people never talk about. They always talk about the negative that we do and not understand that not all fathers are negative. That's what the media sells, And the society is got so ingrained in society that they tell you that we fathers, I'm saying the word fathers, are no good. And we need to be there for our kids. I watched a court show. It was divorce court. It was a husband and wife. So this man didn't believe that his child was his child. But he was raising her since she was a baby. She's still a baby. She's 3. He raised her since she was born. But he just always felt that this is not my biological child. So took this woman to court to get a test, a DNA test. And then before that even happens, she comes out and just tells him, this is the father, his best friend. And they only slept with each other one night. It was a one night stand. And it just tore him up. You know what that judge did? Once she still read it, everything, and just to verify that that wasn't his child. So she read the results. Then she turned to him and said, "Didn't bother turning to the man. What's up? What's up, Wendell? I mean, didn't bother to turn to the woman or anything. She turned to the woman who cheated and lied about cheating all these years. She turned to the man. This is the judge. Turned to the man and said, even though it's not your biological child, you've been taking care of her for all these years. So now you have to keep taking care of her." She didn't chastise the woman whatsoever. The man is who got cheated on. And she did not chastise the woman. She basically told the same old story. Oh, you got to be a man and take care of the child. He has all right to say no, but he didn't. He didn't. You know, he did not. And those are things that we go through. Don't come off on me, women, like I'm being bitter, because I'm not. I'm just giving you some facts. Because in my life, I've been a married father. I raised someone. I raised a child that's not biologically mine. I've been a married father, and I've been a single father. Right. So I come from a lot of different arenas when it comes to that. And throughout the whole process, whether I was raising someone else's child, whether I was married or divorced, it's all the same thing. I'm always viewed the same way, doing what I'm supposed to do. I don't need some. I'm not a weak dude where you gotta pat me on the damn back all the time. But what's with all the negativity all the time? A single mother one time got on the bus. She had two, two, two babies in a stroller. And she just didn't have the strength to fold it up. Nobody said nothing. I got on the bus. I had two in the stroller and one in my arms. People fussed at me and fussed at me. I feel like Rodney Dangerfield, man. That's how they look at us, you know. I get no respect. I get no respect. Just no respect, man. Seriously. And I have no problem with single mothers. Hell, I used to date a lot of them. That's how I got my three boys. I dated a single mother and I married her. You know. But all I'm saying in this world here, we would get along so much better if we were treated equally, and they show these fathers some respect. We don't get the same love. We don't get the same respect. We just don't. We just don't. You know. Now, I wanted my son to come on today to speak on how it was coming up when we were divorced. So hopefully he'll see the thing, and come on. But it's uh, I wish I could get his sister on here too. But yeah, I sound a little frustrated, right? I have a paper trail. They would never admit what you do. Yeah, they use those tears and open and get what they want sometime. I'll give you a perfect example. I was having an issue one time with an ex-wife, and I changed the lock. She moved out. So the house was, we got divorced. She moved out. I changed the locks. So came trying to get in the house one day, gave me all nothing but attitude, and I'm like, no, she wanted to drop the kids off a day early. And I said, no, you you bring them back tomorrow like you're supposed to. I was tired, man. I've been cutting grass all damn day in 90-degree heat to make some money. I was tired. I didn't want to deal with it. So I didn't let her in. Long and short of it. So she called the police, and she was out there talking to the police. Put her hand on his shoulder. She was seducing him or flirting with him, however you want to look at it. So by the time he got to me, after she played the victim, right? Guess what happened? I was a monster. I didn't come outside my house though. I talked to him through the chain on my door. So he's like, "You gotta come outside." So I said, "No, I don't. I didn't break any crimes into my house. How can I help you?" He said, "Can you step outside the door?" I said, "No, I'm not stepping outside the door. You got a warrant? I don't need a warrant. Okay, well, I need to step out the door." And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna call for backup when we coming in. Well, do what you must do, but I'm not stepping outside this door." And and since you don't have a warrant and you don't have a valid reason for coming in here, I'm gonna sue you as long as you don't kill me in jail. No one's gonna kill you in jail, sir. Okay, as long as you don't kill me on the ride to the precinct. Okay, sir. And he went back out here and he talked to her again. And she smiled and carried on, and they were just he. And again, when he came back, he said, "Sir, can you please open the door and take your children in?" I said, "No, tomorrow's my day. Not today. I'm tired, bro. No. So he was like, well, she has all right to be in there. That's her house too. Well, it stopped being her house when we got divorced and I got the house. That's not legal, sir. I just shut the door in the damn fool's face. I said, have a good day, man. See, a man is rough because, see, I could never bring my children back early. Never. She wouldn't answer the door. Or she would say she busy or something. That's what they can do. Me as a father, I had to deal with talking to cops and I didn't do nothing. Why? I didn't do anything, so why am I talking to you? Keep letting people. Yeah. Stop. I had to stop myself from saying something. I don't know if you caught that. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I just had to catch myself. I didn't want to say it. I wanted to, but didn't. And the bad thing about it is you're always the bad guy. Always. Because here's the deal. I was divorced. That's how I became a single father. I didn't cause the divorce. I'm not going to get into that part of my life. I didn't cause the divorce, right? But I had the children majority of the time. And one day they were like, what did you do? What did you do while mommy left you, daddy? No, they said, what did you do that mommy left us, daddy? Not me, but us. And I wanted to tell them so bad, but they were children. You see, nobody ever asks, what did you do, mommy, that daddy left? Or they mainly don't ask that. But the man gets it. He gets it. What did you do to make mommy leave? And I said, I didn't do anything. And she didn't leave you. She left. And he's like, Daddy, she's not here. So she left us. Yeah, I guess. I guess that's right, isn't it? A lot to bear. A lot to bear, but you bear it. And then what am I supposed to turn around and tell these children that are 10, 9, and 6? What am I supposed to turn around and tell them? Tell them the truth? Nah, I can't do that. Mm-mm. I would destroy him. I can't do that. I wouldn't do that. Plain and simple. So that's another L I had to take, and I just had to make up a story like, you know, people grow apart. They didn't understand it. They didn't understand it, but they were like, we don't, people grow apart. Are you gonna leave us too? That came next. You gonna leave us too? I'm just giving you the other side because we always hear about the mom, so I'm giving you the father's side from my point of view because it's what I went through. So next thing came, you gonna leave us too, Daddy? I'm like, nah. Why would I do that? It's like you say, people grow apart. You gonna grow apart from us? I said, little boy, you're the smartest 9-year-old in the world. But no, I'm not leaving you. I'm gonna get you a new mommy though. I didn't say that. I went in the back of my head. I jokingly said that, but I've never said it out loud to them. But yeah, get your. I'm gonna get your baby sister. No, I'm not gonna get your baby sister. That is out of the baby making business. But I thought long and hard about how to handle the situation so my head doesn't pop off. But some good things are I used to go to their school a lot, and I started a reading program up there to help a lot of children that couldn't read. So a lot of people knew I was their father, and they were like, You raised these kids by yourself? Mm-hmm. And everybody started to, you know, at least say thank you. I didn't ask for it, but over time they were like, "You're doing a good job, sir. Thank you, thank you." And them boys couldn't get no trouble. Couldn't get no trouble. And everybody in the neighborhood knew who I was. They knew them. You know, your father wasn't like that. You out here doing this. Oh, they hated that when they got to understand that they had an extended family out and about. So that was, even single mothers would come up to me and say, "Well, thank you. We don't see a lot of you around." I'm like, that's I would hate. I agree with you, but I don't agree with you because all in the circles that you move in. I don't know one father in the circle I move in that doesn't take care of his children. I don't. That's from my brothers, my cousins, my friends, my lifelong friends. Each and every one of them take care of their children. I don't know one that doesn't. You wanna know why? I don't hang with people who don't take care of their children. Is opposite of what I do. So why would I hang with the opposite of me? Hmm? Right. But I'm not knocking all your single mothers. I'm really not. I'm just giving you what I've been through and what a lot of brothers go through. I mean, I even wanted to be such a better father. I went to a fatherhood program in Baltimore. I met a lot of different brothers from different walks of life, and just listening to their stories helped me grow. I'll give you one. For instance, a brother had spent maybe 5 years in jail. He's a hustler or whatever. He hustled. So he comes out. His girls still know who he is. Their mom is dating some dude. He don't really care for the dude. He just doesn't. His energy, man. When you walk in the room with another man, you can feel their energy. So he meets the dude, doesn't like him, right? Uh, and he was like, "Look, why don't you let them come over and come to my mom's house tonight and spend the night, with me and their grandmother." And I think he said, dude was like, well, they ain't going nowhere. And he literally said, I had to stop myself from choking that dude out, man. And then their mom basically, he said, put her head down, but he's like, this is what's going on with my daughter, right here. This He never liked that cat from that day, but he did take them to their grandmother's house that night, and he told them, if he ever does anything to you, and his oldest daughter was like, Dad, no, because you're gonna kill him and go back to jail, and we'll never see you again. Please, Dad, please. He's like, no, if he does anything to you, let me know. So one day they called up the daddy house, and they were like, Dad, can you come pick us up? I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Right? And what was going on was they were in the house with him by themselves because mom said going to work and he's a bum. He don't work. Just plain and simple. He don't do nothing to make money. So they were like, "What's the problem? You in your room, right?" "Yeah, Dad, but he out here walking around in his underwear and his drawers, telling us to come out in the living room." And I ran in. I took my sister and locked us in the bedroom. He said he gonna knock the door down and all that. He said, "All right, I'm on my way." He said, "Dad, don't, don't come over here. I already called Grandma and Auntie so and so and Uncle so and so coming over here to get us. I don't want you to come. I just didn't want to not tell you because I knew you'd be mad." And he said, "This is him speaking in class, brother. For now, we'll just call him Brother Neil, right?" So brother was crying and trembling. He was so angry. He was so angry. He said he felt like useless because he wanted to go over there and handle business, but he knew if he do that, he would never see his children again. So what a dilemma to be in, and what you had to sacrifice. But he said he's glad his daughter was old enough and smart enough to call his grandmother because he would have took that man life that night. and I had to stay. Something in my spirit told me to sit down with the brother after class, and I held him. I didn't hold him in place. The conversation we were having held him in place for about a half an hour, and I could see that spirit of rage slowly leaving out of the brother, right? And he was like, "Thank you," because I would have ended my life and his life today if I would have left here. He said, "I said, bro, take my number if you ever get that way. Just reach out to him." He's like, "For real?" Because I know most dudes wouldn't do that. I'm not most dudes. Just do it. He called me one time, and he wasn't angry. He just wanted to say thank you. But I think that brother actually got custody once he got a job and everything. Then he moved out of the city and took his daughters. You know, that's rough. There are some good stories coming though, but that was one of the ones I remember. That's one of the ones I remember, man. Rough. That's rough. I think about things like that. You know? I'm sorry, ladies. It ain't about me bashing y'all or anything like that. It's just that in my heart of hearts, I don't feel like we get enough. We get enough love and praise, man. And we need it, just like you need it. And you deserve it, just like we deserve it. We just do. I mean, it's a hard load to carry, be a father. It's a single father, single father, especially when you have multiple children. And then they stair step, 9, 7, 5, or something like that. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But I tell you what, I saw things, that made me cry, man, and I ain't ashamed to say that. I watched this Steve Harvey after this show on TV, not Family Feud, the one that was canceled, right? So this one brother got out of jail and he moved in with the mother of his child, his daughter, and he ended up getting a job with a dude who does cable. He was a contract cable guy. He was making maybe like 1,000 or close to 1,000 a week, but something like that. And you say, I wish I get this off here, Wendell. Okay, still ain't got me working back and forth, but yeah. But this brother who I saw on, thank you, Wendell. I saw this brother on Steve Harvey. So he was making some money doing contract cabling. I think he was making $500 a week, right? But they lived in a rough ass neighborhood, and he basically bought them a TV and cable just to make sure him and his wife and daughter stay in the house because there was so many shootings around the neighborhood. And he's like, man, I just really want to get out of there. I'm saving so much and struggling. I don't want nothing to happen to my family, man. I just want to go. And so he started crying. And then, well, no, he didn't start crying yet, but Steve was like, look, the reason why you're here today, because his wife and daughter wrote in, and the story really touched my producers and me. And we got you we got you a town apartment in this neighborhood over here, and we paid for 3 months of it, and we got you about $5,000 to get you started. We even got you a car, bro, and stuff like that. You can find it on here on YouTube. Man, that dude was crying, and his little daughter, I'll never forget this. She took her dress and just wiping his eyes just like that. Boy, I tell you, man, I cried like a baby watching that. She gave him a hug, said, "I love you, Daddy. Love you, Daddy." Yeah, I don't know how many thousands of times I watched that. Beautiful, beautiful moment, man. She tells she a daddy girl. She took that dress, and just like this, like, don't cry, Daddy. Don't cry, Daddy. And then she just hugged him and wouldn't let him go either. She didn't let that man go. We should have more of those stories out here. We should have a whole lot more of those stories out here. Whole lot, because we just not celebrated enough. And me saying that doesn't mean that single mothers should not be celebrated. I'm just saying that we as fathers just don't get celebrated enough. We just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I just don't. Cause I remember I got a no, not telling that story. Not today. Not today. Not that story. But I watched a lot of young ladies grow coming up with their children and all that, and I was like, wow, how did they do it? You know, how did they do it? I think that's the reason why I dated so many women with children. I don't know. I don't know. I just did. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But those children, it was hard to leave when things fell apart because those children got attached to you. And if you stay attached to them, then you have to stay attached to the mother. And at times, I didn't know what to do. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I still don't know what to do. But hey, Miss Evelyn. Hey, Miss Evelyn. Yeah, we was talking about why aren't single mothers and fathers treated equally. Well, like I said, I was with this one lady, man. Her son was like 3 when I got there, and he was like 6 when I knew we couldn't stay together no more. And he was like, "You gonna leave too, like my daddy?" I was like, "Ugh, I'm not leaving you. I'm still gonna be around. I'm still gonna be around. I am, but I'm just not with your mom no more." He's like, "Why you got to leave though? Huh? Why you got to leave? Everybody leaves me." Oh, that just dropped my heart. I wanted to stay, but I just couldn't. It wasn't when nothing there except him. He grew up too, and I came around as much as I could, and he always remembered me for that. Always. Yums. Ah, who's Yums? There's a thing going on in the chat. Ain't no grown man. I ain't calling no grown man no Yums. Sound too much like yams. Oh boy. But I'm not messing with y'all. Oh, so Miss Evelyn, since you're in the chat, why do you believe that single mothers and single fathers get treated differently? I would love a woman's point of view on this. You can type it right in the chat. I know you don't jump on all the time, so just use the chat. It's been going on for years. I know that, but what's your not maybe give me your thoughts on it, like yeah, just give me your thoughts on that situation. I'm trying to figure out the right words, but share some thoughts with me. I told the story of how people would always say to me when they saw me with my children that ask me if I'm babysitting. Like, what the hell does that mean, Miss Evelyn? I'm a father. I ain't no daggone babysit. I hated that so much. Okay, yeah, she said she about to get out the car, y'all, because I really wanted those ladies to pop up, the ones I invited, because I need a woman's point of view on this. Oh, okay, so that means you're done talking to me. Okay, But yeah, man. Yums. But and then you put the other side on me. I have a daughter who's grown. She's 35. Be 35 this year. So she's a single mom, and she feeling it now with her two boys. But like I told her, like I raised her. I said, when things get tough, you turn to God first, and he'll answer you, and then you have to put it on yourself to push, keep on going, right? And so a lot of people see her with the two boys, they're like, oh yeah, they, they go another single mother, a young black woman with no daddy and all that. But that's not true. Their fathers in their life. Yeah, but she's feeling it now the same way that I felt it, just from a different point of view. Just from a different point of view. So she's not even thinking about getting married. Her thing is, I don't feel comfortable bringing no man around my children. I said, well, I didn't feel comfortable bringing a women around my children. That's why I didn't. But they older now, so I wish she would jump on here too. But let me tell y'all, man, I've sat in groups too. Cause I do listen. I don't know how y'all feel about therapy and all that stuff, but I go to these groups for different reasons. Uh, the parenting groups I've been to, because hell, I don't know everything, and I basically knew nothing going in. So, and I've been in there with women, and they'd be like, "Well, how come I can't find no man?" And they're just gonna set me and my kids, and it's so rough. And I said, "Well, I can't find no woman that seems to want to accept me and my children, but I really don't care. Hurt people. Yeah, that's right." And so she said, "You don't care? What do you mean you don't care?" I said, "Listen, there's someone out there for everyone. You're just not looking at the right people. You're just not put, attracting the right people. You know. So no need for you to keep second guessing yourself. Always tell yourself you're beautiful and you're strong and you're gonna persevere." And she thanked me. I'm not gonna tell you how, because I'll leave that for the Troy Graham Experience After Dark show. I'm playing. Am I? Yes. So, but that part of the story was true, minus the other nonsense I added. Because I just believe that, man, we all need someone to speak to and someone to counsel. Oh, repeat the question. Well, the topic of the day, Miss Evelyn, is why aren't single mothers and single fathers treated equally? Yeah. No more lonely nights. You don't have to worry. That's Bobby Brown. Yeah, I need a woman's perspective and insight on this question there, Miss Evelyn. Because I've been giving the man's point of view this whole time for the last 40 minutes. So while she's thinking about that, hell, I even have a son that's a single parent. You're not, you're not playing. Repeat the question. No, I'm not playing, Miss Evelyn. I'm serious. Yeah, I just thought about that. I got a son that's a single parent too. Wow, two kids that are single parents. That never sunk in my mind until today. Hmm. They love their children, but they film it in different ways because he catches hell from the mother because he'll provide but every now and then he'll take temp jobs or he'll lose a job and stuff like that happens with him. But he always seems to provide, and she just want money. She doesn't. She don't see the value of time, uh, Pampers, and different things when she was still in Pampers. Because hell, I would make sure. I told that young lady, if you need anything, give me a call. 'Cause I was working for my church as a food bank driver, and they had a baby pantry there. So it was nothing for me to give her 200 Pampers, the milk, or what, or pamper, a changing table, anything. They got clean clothes coming to church. I said, bring baby girl here, bring my granddaughter here. We'll size her up, and you get some free clothes. She never did it. When she fuss at my son and complain, and he's be like that. I don't have the money all the time, but I give my time, and I make sure that if they need anything, if I can't get it, I'll ask you. And I'm doing the best I can. And but he just she wanted money. She didn't care about the time or nothing else. I couldn't stand that. Miss Evelyn is pondering the question. Yeah, but as the show grows, I expect to do some other things. We'll have people on the panel. We'll have nights when we do pros and cons of being this father and this mother and things of that nature. Just things that are popping in my head that I'm really going to do. We don't have any platforms on here that deal with fatherhood, not in a positive way, at least. I mean, a lot of times some people will start. There'll be one on there that is a father and one on there that isn't. So how could you give a perspective if you're not a father? I don't understand. You know, women have given us a clear understanding that they don't need us. That's well, Wendell. Those are the women that are lying to themselves. We're built to be together. We're meant to be together, men and women. That is. So any woman that gives off that is lying to themselves, right? I know it's been going on for a while. I know, but that's a lie. They just lying to themselves. You know, I mean, because don't say that, Troy. Don't say that. Some women are just about the money, but others aren't. You have some fathers that won't do his part as well. Yeah, basically, you basically said everything I said. You gave the same answer, Miss Evelyn. Yeah, you're a woman who gave a man's answer. Oh man. Well, thank you. See, Wendell could say that I can because I'm the host, so I have to be respectful and cordial and you know respect everybody's opinion until I don't. Oh my God! I know I got a little bit more time left for I jump off here, about 16 minutes. Leave my answers alone. I'm still typing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm laughing, Wendell, because I remember that night on where they had to go on Ladies of iTalk. I don't know what happened with Joe's page, and I don't know what the hell he said. Everybody busts out laughing. I remember that damn laugh of yours. That and the guy I called Turpentine Voice, uh, Diesel, but his voice was so rough. I called him Turpentine Voice. Yeah, I was one good night, man. Three people with crazy ass laughs. Okay, I got a better question for y'all. Have you ever seen a single mother and a single father together, and I'm talking about kids and everything. Do single ah yeah, do single mothers with children date single fathers with children? There's a question for you. And just to let you know, it's gonna be my next show topic come Monday. Unless I decide to change it to something else. Invite some women, Miss Evelyn, that ain't afraid to jump online. Hmm. That is an interesting question. I don't recall ever seeing a single mother with children dating a single father with children. It's telling me it's no telling with Wendell. Type better answers, baby. Well, no, but have you ever been, Miss Evelyn, have you ever been a single mother? If you don't mind me asking. I'm trying to think. Ooh, my hands are still fast. That was the truth. I can't believe I've ever seen it. Well, like I said, I dated single mothers. This was before when I only had one child. No, that was way before I even had a child. It was just me. Well, I tell you what, y'all, that was a great question. Do single, yeah. But look, I got a few more minutes left. I am not 100% today for whatever reason. You can't tell because I'm not showing it. But yeah, I'm not 100% today. So I'm going to cut it a little short and go get some rest. And hopefully, when I move up, I won't have this cramp in my chest, right? When I move up, when I wake up. Oh, you don't have any children? Hmm. Why do I think you have children, Miss Evelyn? I don't know why I thought you had children. Wow. Yeah. Well, I got four of them. One girl, three boys. My son's birthday was yesterday. But look, that's what I'm going to do because everything in my body is telling me, Troy, you aren't reading. Yeah, it says I don't have any children. You aren't reading my comments correctly for the right question. I don't have any children. What question was that for? And the last one was that was the truth. Yeah. So what am I missing there, Miss Evelyn? Oh, hold on. I got backup. I work with children. Okay. That makes you a teacher or nurse or mentor or something. Yeah, these I have so much respect for the dudes who do this 7 days a week. Some dudes on here do it 6 days a week, 7 days a week. I know that I can't do that. You wanna know why? After a while, your creativity becomes repetition. You'll just be rewording a lot of the same questions, you know? Conversation. And so I didn't, all right, I didn't want to give so much that I just became repetitive. All right. I'll have to do it 3 days a week because that gives my mind a time to rest and then I come back fresh and I'm all good to go. You know, what's the word they use in sports? when it just is too much of it. I forgot the word they use. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, and that's why I do it 3 days a week, because I've been asked that question. Why do we do it 3 days a week? Because, well, it's something with me with threes. Three always works out for me, and it's better that way because one day on, one day off, one day on. Because I've seen it happen to a lot of people. They end up just repeating themselves, talking about the same situation over and over and over again. And I'm not going to do that. I refuse to do that. I could build different conversations off of Monday's conversation and make it extended it to Friday. I mean Wednesday. But when Friday gets here, it's all something new. It's not the same subject. I don't I don't do anything 3 times. I don't do that. You get lost like that. You start feeling that it becomes easy, and you don't put enough work into it. Then and you people notice that and take it like, well, he don't really care enough to put the work in, so why should we care enough to listen to him? And that's not ever gonna be me. If I say I'm gonna be here at 6:30, I'm gonna be here at 6:30. That's the way it's gonna be. Heart and soul. Yes, it's India. Hi, India. How you doing? Heart and soul. I like that for a clothing line. Don't worry, I won't steal your name. I'll switch it around and call it soul and heart. So it's not personal. Soul and heart. How about if I spell the heart differently? Hart. How about that? And I'll put soul as soul. Sold, as in your heart is sold on my clothing. That's a good idea. Don't be stealing my ideas, pretty lady. Don't steal my ideas now. But since you're here, let me ask you the question, the topic of the day. Why aren't single mothers treated the same as single fathers? I have to check with my manager, Evelyn. Oh, okay. Okay, if she agrees with everything I say, you don't have to worry about Miss Evelyn. But yeah, the question was, why aren't single fathers treated the same way? Why why aren't single mothers and single fathers treated equally? To keep it all straight. Hope you heard that. So yeah, I was looking for a woman's perspective on it. I asked Miss Evelyn, but she gave me my answer. Um, don't be mad at me, Miss Evelyn. Yeah, don't be mad at your boy. My hands stop trembling. Stop trembling. You need to check with your manager. Oh man, you ain't gotta check with your manager. You're gonna do it off the top. You're gonna do it off the top. I gotta work on getting another laptop or tablet so I can do more things with the show because I only have the phone right now because my tablet broke and my laptop doesn't have any service on it, and it's a little weak thing. I want a bigger, more powerful laptop. I'm going to get the whole setup with the mic and everything and go from there. I love to check with Miss Evelyn Horton. So ask her. Can you? No. Did you hear my question, Miss Horton Soul? It was why aren't single mothers, and fathers treated equally? What's your thoughts on that? And thank you, Miss Evelyn. Other than you comment, I mean, answer in bulks. Wendell. Answer in bulks. Well, I'm gonna shine the spotlight on Miss Heart and Soul. See what she has to say. You know, I learned how to sit upright again and straighten up my posture. It hurt so much, and I was learning it for like a month. But now I got these muscles in my back and my spine is straight. Feels great, and I hate slouching now. Isn't that funny? I hate it. I hate slouching. Yeah, I should practice that, just sitting up straight. Because I used to do this all the time. Not anymore. LOL at Wendell. Oh. You know, I should have asked my mother to come on the show. That's what I should have done. I like to hear, her perspective on this. I'd love it. But she wouldn't come on though. She don't do social media. If I ask her, she ain't gonna do it. Well, yes, yes, heart and soul, yes. I just need to shave and get a haircut, and I'll be all those things. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Arch that back. Oh my gosh, arch that back. All right. I think I am going to start a Troy Graham experience after dark show, only for the grown and sexy. And yes, I had to put that voice on. I'll do that only on Saturdays. I don't think so. Oh boy. All right. I wish my daggone son would have jumped on today. If y'all have a chance, go back and watch the show from Wednesday. My son comes on maybe 25 minutes into the show or something like that. My youngest son, very insightful young man, but he frustrates me with some things. But he's super insightful. He listens to the lessons I teach him, and then he turn around and says things to me that made me go, "Wow," you know. Yes, Miss India, answer the question. I think India is afraid to answer the question. I mean, her manager gave her the green light. Come through the light, India. Come on through now. I'm actually driving, so the only way we able. Oh, okay. You don't have a thing where your phone is hooked up. You can just hit the microphone and talk into it, like hands free. Oh, okay. So you must be in the south like me too. There's storms. It's coming. It's coming my way. Yeah. No more. It went. Didn't you tell me? Didn't you mention you had a show a while back too? You still have your podcast? Yes, but hard for me to focus with the storm and the. I got your heart and soul. I got you. I got you. Mm. All right. Look, it's going on an hour, y'all. So I promised myself an hour, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I want to thank all of y'all for showing up. I appreciate it. I want to thank all the ones that were peeping. Somebody's looking in my window. Nobody's got to. I don't know the whole song, but you know what I'm talking about. Peeping, don't say nothing. So thank y'all, man. Much blessings to everybody, and I will be back On Monday at 6:30, and then Wednesday at 6:30, and then Friday at 6:30. No, my G, I was a part of a show they gave. Okay, okay, okay. I thought you were. It was your show. All right, thank you, man. You made today a good day for me. So I'll be back tomorrow. Same tomorrow. No, Monday. Same experience time. Same experience channel. Different experience topic. Now, if I do the whole Troy Graham After Dark show, I'm coming to get you, Miss Evelyn. You're gonna keep me straight while I'm in there, so I don't go off, so I don't go off the to the wild side. I can't say the dark side because the dark side looks so good on me. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? But yes, be sure to hit the like button and share it. I'd appreciate it. So, all right, y'all. God bless and thank you very much. Brother's gonna lay his weak behind down and get up a little later. All right now.